ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Chapo.
And this is your boy Tico in the mix.
In the Momo Mix. And we got a special guest with you today, guys.
I'm Simon Blaze from Blaze Manga Productions.
Hey everybody, I'm Pedro Blaze with Blaze Manga Productions.
That's right, guys. We got the Blaze Brothers. And today we're going to be talking about...
They're here to talk about their manga, Iridescent, and a little bit of everything, really.
Let's
All
fucking
right.
go.
Woo! So let's get the show started. Yeah.
Let's go. My bad, y'all. Suki only had one job, was to like edit the intro. But
She always messes up the show.
yeah, what do you get for
No. It's a good song.
Yeah?
I enjoyed it.
Hey,
Thanks,
thank you.
Vibes to
Yeah.
get started.
This is why we don't pay her.
It was our
you know?
vibe. It's our vibe for the show.
She's acting for minimum wage. I was like, bro, I earned it. You know, as you can see, she hasn't.
Good job. I like it.
No, hey, this week we got the Blaze Brothers here in the house. Blaze Manga Productions.
That's right.
They're local Houston.
Creators, artists,
Yeah.
company,
Okay.
whatever you want to call us.
They are local Houston creators. I met them at a show like years ago, but throughout the years, I actually met them on a few shows. I've gotten to know them over a few shows, and I bought stuff from them. I read their manga, so I decided to invite them over to the show, and here they are. So we're gonna learn a little bit about them and all the projects they have going on.
Yeah, guys, break it down. Pretty much tell our audience pretty much your involvement in the mangaka world.
Mangaka world, okay.
Yeah, so I'll let Simon start because he's the writer.
So yeah, we started like having dreams about being mangakas when we were pretty young, to be honest. I was sitting down in college one day or high school because we speak Spanish.
What is that term, mangaka?
Mangaka is the
Japanese word for manga artist.
for manga creator.
creator,
Because
yeah.
it could be a writer and an artist too. So we didn't even know what it was. We were just watching a little Dragon Ball, and we were so into it. I'm like, you know what? I want to create something like this. I want to be the next Dragon Ball creator, right?
Yeah.
So we started getting like information how to do it. We didn't know. We were kids too, and we just started doing stuff. And then one day I was bored in biology class. I started doing my own comic strips. Started doing mini strips and stories that were so stupid, and I showed them to him, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna do it." I started
Yeah, I
doing
wanted to do the same. I just saw that he was doing short comic strips with stick figures. I thought they were fun, and I was like, I want to make some funny ones. And I started making funny stick figure fights and stuff. Like some ridiculous one. One would drink gasoline to throw fire powers, things like that.
Yeah.
And then the other one would drink water to throw water powers, but instead he would throw up because he was too much water. It was that kind of stupid thing. And then I just kept developing my art style. We actually found in Costa Rica, we found a group of people who were into manga, and they recommended a book to us on how to draw manga. And I started the whole thing, and I started getting better thanks to that book. I think that book pretty much kickstarted my actual art style. I went from stick figures to actual drawings.
It was a very interesting book because in Costa Rica we have these people. It was 4 professors of art professors, and they did private lessons and stuff, but they were developing their own manga magazine in Costa Rica. I don't remember the name.
Asesores Gráficos.
Yeah, Asesores Gráficos. That's the name. So they did how to write manga, and they will sell those books. The thing is, they will use copyright characters, but they got away with it. I don't know how.
Because it's Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
So they did how
They don't have an army.
Exactly. So they did how to draw Star Wars in manga style. So they will give examples with Star Wars characters.
That's right.
And they will give examples with Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I could definitely get you sued here and
Oh
now.
yeah. If you start teaching how to draw manga with Spider-Man and Star Wars, I mean,
Disney's gonna come calling.
Hey,
be like, well, who gave you permission to publish that
But
book?
they were selling them in Costa Rica.
And in fact, our copy was a photocopy.
Yeah, we didn't even buy the book. We got a photocopy for someone
Yeah.
else.
Nice.
so from humble beginnings, it started with like pretty much in class drawings, and from there. But what else expanded besides the drawings? Like I'm sure, like what else did you guys notice when you guys doing it? Like where the boxes go, the positioning of the figures. Like how did it evolve from like stick figures to like more detail over time?
Yeah, that's a very technical aspect. Okay, I was just experimenting, and I would look at I would look at anime actually, and I would see a pose, and I was like, "That's a really cool pose," and I would draw it, and then I would kind of visualize where the actual shapes of the character go, and then I would try to do that pose again, starting from scratch, rather than doing it by watching the anime. I would just like imagine it in my head and try to draw it from scratch.
Gotcha. So you went more for like anime. Could you see any difference between American and anime, like style of drawing?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Our styles for sure, but at first we didn't know what we were doing, right? So we were just doing like a grid. We were split our pages in like 8 grid boxes, and then do the panels like that. And because we didn't know the difference between comic and manga, which technically is not different, it's just the aesthetic is different. So if you see a comic, there's different formats. They do their pages. And we were following what the traditional grid format that they use, for example, in Watchmen. So they have like I think it's 6 to 12 page.
A little
Squares.
So we're doing it like
it's just
that.
like a film strip.
Exactly.
Just telling the story, just very basic.
And then when we got the opportunity to see an actual Shonen Jump that have all the different manga. So Shonen Jump magazine, it will have chapters for all the different properties. So we will buy those at Walmart, and then we started paying attention. We're like, okay, they all look very different.
Starting with it reads from right to left compared to American from left to right, and the shapes were different. Like it was like sometimes it would be like 5 panels per page. Sometimes it would be 2. Sometimes it would be a whole page.
And they will bleed too.
Sometimes they will do like a double spread. So we were like, okay, this is
well in comic books you always see, for the most part, maybe in the old school comic books you will always see a frame, white frame.
Yeah.
While in manga they will go out of the frame all the time.
So as you like gather more research, and I'm sure like over time you're like, all right, we got an idea of what we want to do, what direction we want to go. How did Iridescence come about after all the research planning put together?
So we actually did our first take on Iridescent. We actually done a couple of takes. So we did the stick figure take. We did a better one with a little more than stick figures.
Okay.
And it was just like a whole story arc was like 50 pages. So it was like very fast paced. It wasn't even.
That was the birth. That was the first ever
Yeah, so
stick figures.
The rough draft.
The rough draft.
So the whole tournament happened in 50 pages. So
do you still have that?
No.
We do. It's at the house.
Where?
Somewhere
I
in the
looked for it.
house.
I didn't find it.
We don't have all of the pages, but we have like some of them in.
And then we
there.
do have.
That's cool.
That's cool. Like a good frame. Like you frame it like style.
This is the first copy.
As a matter of fact, the year that we came to States, that's moving forward a little bit. The year that we moved to the United States, they did a competition. They normally do a drawing competition in Costa Rica and some mini conventions because they weren't that big in Costa Rica. So this year they released the first ever comic competition. So what they will do, they will give us a script of 3 pages, and we need to illustrate those 3 pages. So we participated and we won first place.
Oh,
So we still have those pages.
Yeah, but you move it forward like a lot.
No, we're gonna go back, and we still have the little certificate that says we were.
Oh,
that's
okay,
right.
okay.
The first time
We do
ever
have a
winner.
Gotcha.
We're doing like
gotcha.
manga and anime. We have flashbacks in the story.
yeah.
Time jumps.
The step was we did a first draft with stick figures, and then we did a second draft with.
You started work on the manga while you were in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Oh, how long ago would this be? Would you say just around?
Close to 20 years.
Close to 20 years ago.
But I mean, we officially sat down and did this version of this manga now 6 to 7 years ago.
Once it became like real, like hey, let's do this.
The thing like we learn is like we need to do scripts, right? So I knew from back in the day in Costa Rica how to do a comic book script. So I started developing my writing skills to make it better. I used to watch a lot of TV shows, so I would pull from them. And something that I learned early on while doing the scripts is like people really need to like your characters. Like characters are even more important than the story, because stories can be really good, but if they don't like the characters, they're not going to be invested in what happens next.
Yeah.
Like stories repeat all the time. Like you can see a lot of references from one story into another story. It's like, oh, this is pretty much just Naruto with different characters, you know?
Yeah.
But if you like the characters, and like, okay, well, it feels
They
like
stand out.
Yeah, it feels like a different story anyway, so I'm gonna get invested.
Yeah, and a lot of those tropes happen. Like they come in threes, a trio. There's always
You gotta have your big 3.
Yeah.
There's always a bad guy that was after one of them, and they need to figure out how to make sure the bad guy doesn't get to this specific
The
character.
main guy's got to have some kind of rival.
There's always rivals. They always like to eat a lot. They laugh a lot. Those are like characteristics of the shonen characters. Like it started with Dragon Ball. They passed down to Luffy, and Naruto inherit some of that. But nowadays I feel like people are trying to break out of those tropes. They still use them, and we still use them, but we kind of break out of them as well. Like we use them to set something up and then
push forward.
And then
they
change
adapt
it.
them.
For
Gotcha.
example, it's evolved because one of the first drafts that we did for Iridescent, it was just the tournament arc. Like it started with the character going to the tournament and he fought the tournament and did he win or
I think he does win.
wins. Yeah, he wins.
He lost, but he learned a lesson.
The lesson of friendship.
Yeah, there we go.
No, he wins actually on the first draft, and that was it. But then,
That was not it.
That was it. As far as for the first arc.
So there's gonna be a sequel, right?
But then now the new version, the new historic
Iridescent
arc,
C.
you can see that he doesn't even get, like you read it, right? And you see that he doesn't even make it to the tournament in the first volume.
Yeah,
Yes.
no. The tournament is more like teased.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like
Which is
it's
kind
like
of
a
cool.
goal. It's like a goal.
Because it's like, we know we're going to get to the tournament, but first.
You gotta do these, and
exactly.
he gets interrupted. So
Typical
it's-
manga.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Nah, just kidding.
And the thing is, like, that tournament that Pedro is talking about is not even the tournament that we have planned. We haven't even started drafting the tournament.
Oh, really?
That's gonna become that arc that he's talking about. The first arc of Iridescent is now the second arc in the story, which is the tryouts.
Yeah, so so when you read the story, it says the sensei guy, he's like, hey, by the way,
he got an invite.
He got an invite
you got an invite to go to the team tryouts.
because
So-
it's team tournament.
Oh.
So it's
Now
That's
you're
right.
gonna go and you're gonna fight like a bunch of people, but this is to select the people that are gonna represent this nation in the tournament. So it's like a step towards the tournament.
Your classic entry exam,
And
like
this
my hero.
tournament-
No, I'm kidding.
It's the tournament, the very first,
Anime
at the
tropes.
very beginning, right? Like at the very beginning, where the dad was participating.
yeah.
Yes.
That's the one you're talking
That's
That's
about.
the main
the
tournament.
That's like
it.
that's
Yeah.
the champion. You showed us the championship round.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That's
gotcha.
the that's the title
Oh,
destination
like,
tournament,
Like
right?
the idea, I walk in minute 89 in the World Cup. Like you
Yes,
missed out.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
gotcha.
So we want to capture that moment that people are so into it. Like the first panel we see is two characters running towards the stadium.
Gotcha.
Because we want to create like
I'm late. Yeah.
this hype. Like everybody's so hype about it. They don't want. They
There's
they
no
have
way I'm
FOMO.
gonna miss this.
Yeah, they want to miss it. They want to be there. And those two characters that run in the first draft of the story, they were just two random characters. One of the retroactive changes that we did is like, no, these two characters that we introduced in the whole story, they should matter.
Oh, that was my next question. Like, is that homeboy from the other one, from the other nation? Like,
Yes. So
I figured.
The
these two
prince, right?
characters,
Yes.
there's the prince characters. So the
yes,
way
the guy was like, when he crashed onto the guy, I was like I figured like, because he wasn't the main character, like it started with somebody else, but I figured he would be relevant.
Yeah, because
He is
at first
in
I
the
thought it
future.
was, well, this will be a young Shutter. But then you get to the stadium and Shutter
he's
is
there.
he's there at the
With his
ground with his
dad,
dad.
at the event. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well.
Gotcha.
So the way that happened is like if we're following Naruto.
I reread it to be ready for the podcast. Because I read it 2 years ago, but I was like, man, let me refresh
One more
what's the
time.
story.
Yeah, fist bump.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we all read it. Like he passes, like, yo, read it. We all read it.
So
Buy your own copy, bro.
I'm gonna buy my copy. My bad.
Buy it online. Iridescentmanga.com.
You hear that, guys?
Yeah, you can buy it right now.
iridescentmanga.com
Facts. Where can we find it right now?
Iridescentmanga.com.
or on Etsy. If you find Iridescent Manga on Etsy, it's there.
Yeah, you can get it signed by us through Etsy.
Nice plug.
Right, right in the middle of a story.
I loved it.
we don't wait till the end. We just plug it in.
In the middle. Well, we'll bring this back though.
So
yeah.
what I was saying, like if you follow the Naruto logic, you know how in Naruto, and Naruto was a huge influence for us too. So in Naruto, before they go to the Chunin exam, they have this arc, a completely different arc when you introduce who Naruto is, who Sakura, Sasuke, Kakashi, what they want to do,
They
what
do
their
this
goals
mission.
are, and they fight this guy with swords and his
Sabusa.
and his friend with a mask, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, we should do something like that. So that's
Gotcha.
where the two brothers come into the story. If you pay attention, it's a guy with two drill sword,
Uh-huh.
and his brother is wearing a mask. So we're trying to kind of like doing like a little homage.
I love it. Yeah.
Like a little like we need to introduce the world before we get into the actual
Gotcha.
story.
Yeah. Like the level of danger that the ninjas were in Naruto, and then they present the Shunin exam, right?
Yes.
Same thing. Like the level you're presenting the world, the level of danger that they have before you throw them into the tournament.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The team tryouts first.
The team trial. Sorry. Yeah.
So then we create Emaru and Rinu. You see really cool characters from the Diamond Nation. We gave them really cool powers, and we're like, we're just not gonna throw them away, are we? So we made them main. At least Emaru, we made him like a main character. We're gonna continue following his story even after this arc. So that's why we're like, okay, these two kids that they're just random kids in the story. Let's make them Emaru and Rinu. Like let's make them important since the beginning of the story, so we can see what's happening that day from their point of view, and then transition into each other. So people will remember all these kids. They're not random kids. They're important. And there's things that I put here that later on you will gonna reread it and you're like, oh my god, was this here this whole time?
Are you learning from Oda?
Or Attack on Titan.
From Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I love it.
Just plant little seeds that we're gonna remember.
Yeah.
Like I think the prince goes like, what does he say at the end of that little first thing in the tournament? What's his name?
Emaru?
What's his last name? No, what's the main character?
Kurotachi.
Kurotachi. Like Kurotachi. I'll remember that name.
Yeah.
Little Emaru says, "Oh, Kurotachi." He's like so thrilled about hearing that name.
And then at the end of the
Clearly, that's gonna come back around. No,
it does. I mean, it does come back around in the same first chapter. He just goes like, "Your time has finally come, Kurotachi."
Yeah.
You see them as grown-ups.
Yeah, you see them as
setting
grown-ups.
something
pretty cool.
up. Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
And besides Naruto, for sure, what else inspired you guys that you guys like pay homage to it from animes? Can I guess one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
I have never watched it. I know it's good. I've watched a couple of episodes, but I have never watched it.
Okay.
So,
And I don't
That's
think
my bad on me. Yeah.
For
I
sure.
felt it because I read because it was the world building. Because it's probably like, oh, I seen that too. Like I feel like, oh, they must see that too. Because I figure Hunter x Hunter is one of the goats. You know, it's also mentioned like one of the legendary mangas.
Yeah.
It is though, but I haven't watched it.
Gotcha.
But for sure, Attack on Titan, and I'll tell
Absolutely.
you why in a sec. But the other reference, inspiration that you're not gonna get is we mentioned it in panels when we do panels. Lost, the TV show.
Oh,
I remember you mentioned that.
Yes.
I remember
But
you guys
the
mentioned
thing-
that.
Oh, I like
Because the thing
that.
about Lost is like the characters is what make the story move forward. It's like you care about the characters, you don't care about the story.
Bro, this whole time he was dead. A spoiler.
Or was he?
I mean, the greatest part of it, at the end of the whole thing, he was dead. Yeah.
That's the thing about Lost.
His dad never saved him.
Because the only
Sorry.
thing that got you invested was like you were invested in what happens to that character, what's gonna happen to that character.
And all the characters have really interesting backstories. And then no matter how many messy plot twists they will do, sometimes they were really good. Sometimes they were like, what's going on? You still want to know what happens next.
Oh, if I may ask, how did you guys come about adding Lost to the element? Is it just like a favorite TV show, or how did that
Well,
go?
it's just developing the characters, make
Just
them interesting.
Oh,
Like,
Because I know you guys said
storytelling
that
through-
earlier. It's like it's more
That's
about
cool.
the character.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're telling the story through the
through the characters.
yeah.
You hear that you maybe in a flashback from somebody, you'll see someone that then later becomes important in a next volume, but you see in this character's random flashback, right? You know what I mean?
That's great,
So it's just
yeah.
world building through the character.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, that's a unique take. That's a unique take. I never saw it that way.
And then mystery after mystery. You know when to pull the trigger and reveal something, and when to hold back or just tease something.
Damn, that's great, man.
There's two more influences. Avatar. Is
I was
one.
going to ask you, what's the next one, or the other American one I wanted to ask you?
Yeah, for sure, Avatar.
Okay, The Last Airbender?
And then
Goat?
and then a video game one, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, if you walk away, you don't hear me say. Bro, we're a big fan here of this show, bro. I fucking love it.
I love
I only
Kingdom
played the first and second one. Once I get time, I'm going to buy the whole thing, replay it, bro.
I play all of them. I play all
You
of them.
finished the third one? Was the third one beautiful like they say it is?
Yes. Well, if you play all of them, yes.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, there's so many stories with so
Yes.
many characters that they get paid off in the last arc. The thing is, if you never play a Kingdom Hearts game, you're not gonna care.
Who's there?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like all the Bird by Sleep storylines, they pay off in this game.
Oh.
The Roxas storyline, it
Pays off in this one.
game. Yeah. Yeah. Even Sora, the storyline with Riku and Carrie, they get a payoff.
Okay.
But
Do I have to play the PSP one, the one with that old guy?
yes, that's
Okay.
very important. That's
Okay.
Bird by Sleep.
Bird by Sleep, that's
you
the one
even
I'm
need to know about the phone game, unfortunately.
The 365?
No, well, that one is for Roxas. No, you need to know about the Union Cross phone game.
Oh, no, I don't know that
Well,
one.
you need to do a little, at least know who the master or masters is and who
Like the villain?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then know who the other characters are, because there's a plot twist at the end of the game, like in a cutscene. And
Okay.
if you don't know who this character is, when he says he's
Who he is?
well, there's this character that we know from the other two games, but we don't know he's another character that from the backstory, and we only know because he says a catchphrase that this character only says. So when he reveals that, and you're like, wait, what? And we see him coming back in the post credits, you're like, no, okay, that blew my mind. We were freaking out. But if you have no idea, you're like, okay,
Who's that?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
That's me.
even when they reveal Kingdom Hearts 4, I see a comment like, "Man, I play all the Kingdom Hearts games. Who is this girl that you're always freaking out?" And somebody put phone game.
Oh.
So you need to know like that game from the trailer, girl from the Kingdom Hearts 4
4,
trailer,
yeah.
she's important. And you know about her through the phone game, but she's important to other characters.
What timeline is she in? Like after the second one?
No, she's from the past timeline. Like
After Birth by Sleep, then played
before Bear by Sleep. Like the past timeline, plot twist that you're probably going to find out Roxas. No, not Roxas. Ven is not even from the Bird by Sleep timeline. Ven is from the
the red hair guy.
No, the other one that they. So you know how there's two characters in Kingdom Hearts, Roxas and Ven, that they look the same.
Yes.
The blonde hair.
Oh
one.
yes.
So the nice one, Ventus, he's from way like hundreds and hundreds of years before Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. And he's from the Masters of the Great Masters timeline or whatever. From the Keyblade War, he's from that time. So that's a plot twist. So this girl that's with Sora, she's also from that timeline. But whenever she dies or whatever, they go to this world. So that's kind of what happened to Sora because he dies. He goes to the real world, I guess. So that's the afterlife. We're in the afterlife. We're in a simulation.
When
so lost
you
again, bro.
walk away, you don't hear me say, bro, perfect. I can't believe you did
It
that,
all
bro.
comes back to Lost. They're all dead in the end.
Bro.
No, well, the thing with Lost, they weren't all dead in the end. I don't know why people keep saying that. They live their adventures. It's just they do like flashbacks, they do flash forwards, and in the last season they do alternate timelines.
Oh.
So all the flashbacks in the last season, they're like post, what's it called when you die, but you purgatory.
Purgatory.
So the flashbacks are purgatory, so they're flash forward, but in afterlife.
Pushing.
Oh my god. So confusing.
So at the end of the show, you realize, oh my god, this last season, all these flashbacks, they were just the afterlife, and they all connect. Is people think they died because ABC play a video of just the beach and the wreckage, and people understood. Oh man, they never made it out of the plane. They were all dead, but that's not what happened. That's just a mess up in the post credit in the credits. Like when the credits is just scenery of the
I never watched it. I never really watched it, to be honest.
No, but the creator said no. Yeah, everything happened.
Oh, okay.
They had adventures.
No, but I was gonna say my Avatar: The Last Airbender influence on the manga that I saw was like the whole Neon Nation, Diamond Nation,
You got it.
Helium Nation. I was like, and then the Diamond Nation attacked.
No, yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's one of the influences, but we didn't want to use fire and stuff. We do have fire, water, ice, and wind as elements.
Elemental powers.
But
yes.
there are more powers. There's soul powers, there's diamond powers, there's the crazy powers.
That's what I kind of saw. Like I wanted to know more about how if we're gonna get into some heavy lore. I don't know if y'all want to.
Yeah, I would love to.
We read it, so we're like we could geek out about it.
Yeah.
So. Spoiler. Or let's just set up some background lore.
Yeah, we're not going to tell spoilers, but we can tell you stuff, like questions.
Perfect.
Let's not jump into spoilers, but let's see if we can get into the lore. I wanted to know more about how the powers work.
Yes.
So, like, anytime somebody's burned, they get they get a sign of power, or
So there's different classes or races. So we have people that they do fire stuff, like the Fire Nation. For example, we have people that do water. We have people that do
like
psychic.
the basic elements.
Yeah,
and
the
then,
thing is, I want to say is the elements are used as powers, but it's not the main power system. The main power system, I would say, it was more inspired by Pokemon, because you know how they have they have grass type, they have air, they have psychic, dark, they have ghost and things like that. So it was more inspired by Pokemon than Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So you have somebody. So you always will have somebody with ability that will cancel the other one.
Yeah.
And just like how in Pokemon they have trios. One cancel this cancel this.
Like fire against
water and water against grass.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So pretty much like a balanced state of like battle of opponents. So if that person may be strong against him,
Yeah.
for that person.
And then same for even the psychics. Like they have a weakness against people who use darkness.
Ghosts, like in Pokemon. Gotcha.
Stuff like that. So that will come into strategizing what type of team you want to have in the tournament. The other people can.
Because obviously you got like a video game, you gotta have a good team comp.
Yeah, good team composition. Yes,
But that hasn't
League of Legends plug.
but that hasn't been explored in the even in the first 3 arcs. That doesn't get explored. It's
Yeah,
not
I was
this-
gonna say like we barely get any tease on like the powers. Like
Right now you
there's
just-
something about plasma. Do they all use plasma?
Plasma is the power system.
Yeah,
so everybody has
plasma
plasma
is
inside,
the power
right?
system.
It's the energy. Yeah, plasma is the
It's almost
energy.
like it's like the chakra.
Chakra.
The Kree.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we
Use
call
the
it
force,
plasma.
Luke. Use the plasma.
Yeah.
Use
Yeah,
the plasma.
it's the force.
You have to use your plasmas. Shota, you need to use your plasma.
yes, exactly. So
That's the sensei talking.
so the thing with Shutter
My
and
lazy students.
exactly, I love it. The thing
That was actually my favorite character, the sensei.
that's one of the things we have to develop more, because in the first draft we see the sensei and then he closes the gates and we don't see him again until the end. And my friend is like, when we show the first draft to my friend is a filmmaker. He's like, you know what? I really like that, but I like the sensei too. I can't wait to see what he does. And we're like, maybe we should show what the sensei does inside the cave. So we develop a new fight, a whole fight scene for the sensei.
Gotcha.
It's coming up in volume 2
Yeah,
and it's one of
volume
the
2.
best ones.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because I figured like you guys dropped the tease with the dad. The dad was fighting always the first one, the championship rounds, but then it was defending his own. No spoilers, guys. If you ever read the manga,
Right.
Well, it's in chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
and then you go full Blaze Glory, like with everything he can deliver, pretty much a perfect excuse of why to go full force, because you have somebody to protect. Yeah.
Yeah, because even in chapter 1, the sensei is like, hey, that was too risky, that was too advanced. He was called out for not holding back. He's like, no, we need to win. I wanted to win this. So this guy's kind of like cocky a little bit.
Yeah, because the tournament system, I don't know if you remember the referees talking like, hey, we're down to a 1v1, a rare.
Yeah.
It's always 5v5.
Because
Yeah.
the tournament is like 5 characters against 5 characters, but they pretty much knocked 4 characters out of each other's team, so there's only one versus one. This is a rare scenario, so the main character Rexon, he's like, we have to win this, and I it's a 50-50 chance. My opponent is pretty strong. I need to go all out, and he does, and he wins.
Gotcha.
How were we gonna flash back to that epic fight?
Yeah, like, would you guys like?
There's
Yeah.
so much that happens that night from other characters' points of view that we need to explore.
Oh, that'd be cool, because
Because it's like a World Cup game, like a championship round. There's so many people there. I love that.
Yeah, you don't know it, but all these people fighting, they were all at that stadium.
Yeah, but no, what you were saying, the whole thing about everybody being in the stadium watching that fight, and then like they're in the most recent tournament. It's like, oh yeah, I was there at the beginning. It's because it's interesting because that fight.
It's like One Piece.
Oh yeah,
It's like One Piece when Roger.
Oh, the execution.
And everybody's there.
And everybody's there.
Yeah.
Like there's all these teasers, like characters that me not watching the anime.
If you think about it, it makes sense. It's like that's King of the Pies, right? And there is a world tournament, it's a championship round, it's a rare scenario. There would be hundreds of thousands of people expectating the final
From the whole
battle.
world, from all the different nations.
People that matter too.
Haters, both,
it's
and
like-
people that work for you.
Because this tournament is like it's a world famous tournament. Like it's like
the Olympics.
The World Cup.
Yeah,
The World Cup.
Cup.
Gotcha.
the World
Gotcha.
Cup, Olympics, people from all over the world are there to participate or to watch it, experience it. So it makes sense, yeah. And
I like the setup. It was. I thought it was really cool starting there, and then because it's still like a tease. Like you didn't see that final fight. Like you just see the kid. I thought I saw some wings. And
Yeah.
it's like, what? Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool.
Which you
man.
later present, which was great. Yeah.
Yeah, which he later shows the
Yeah.
wing.
Oh.
yeah.
Storytelling, just so we're doing it right.
I get
Yeah.
so excited talking about it.
Can we expand on the names? Like, where did the names go about? When did you decide, name each character appropriately? Like, this is him, this is her.
Okay,
Or,
that's funny question.
Yeah.
Just before we go into the names, the power system we're near finished explaining.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Of
let's
course,
go back.
please,
It's called
please.
plasma. So you know how people with elements and stuff. So the people we have color plasma. Normally, plasma is transparent. You don't see a color on it. But there's certain people that the plasma shines a different color or burns differently. So Shudder's family, they have the blue color. There's going to be a family with red, a family with green, a family with orange. And those people that the selected ones with color plasma, they can do whatever they want. They can turn their plasma into any element, into any type of ability. They just need to be selective if they want to learn.
They need to master it too. Like,
Yeah.
it takes practice. Yeah.
Because you, as a plasma user, you
Hey,
can.
like Tanjiro, Demon Slayer. He could use any. He could use any sword style.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know.
Oh, spoilers! Spoilers!
Spoiler for spoiler. You know?
No, yeah, but like as a color user, you can learn anything. But do you want to learn all of them? Because you can, for example, if you have like 10 slots, right? Do you want to put 5 on fire and 5 on wind of being really strong or both, or just one of each element and be weak?
Yeah, like you could learn all the plasma styles, or you could get really good at one or
One
two.
or two or three if you want to be really good. But if you learn all of them, it's kind of like a waste. So that's kind of like the power system. Like in a video game, you want to put all your experience points into this branch, or you want to put them in.
Interesting.
You want to solidify
Like an
them too.
RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Full stamina.
what's it called? Master of what do you call it?
Yeah, jack of all trades,
Master of none. Yeah,
Yes.
gotcha.
You know, that's a really consensus to put on the power
Yeah.
on the power system.
So that's part of it, because eventually, if you want a video game, we already have the basic solid stuff.
Yeah,
to
and
make
it actually that reminds me of that episode on Naruto. I think it's one of the Hokages was like, oh, he missed fire and earth is really high level of him. Like I think it was during the shootings. I think it's when he got jumped by Orochimaru, and he did a mix of both of two different jutsus. And he was like, oh, damn, look at the Hokage go. So it makes sense that somebody like Sensei, he probably has like who knows how many.
Oh, you'll see.
Okay, let's go.
Volume 2 is great. There's a lot of cool fight scenes that
Okay.
we're looking forward to.
Yeah, man.
And there was some powers on the volume 1, some powers that were teased that I was like, man, there's got to be some creative uses for that power. Of course, Karen Flero.
Yeah,
Flero.
You know, she's got plant-based plasma, I guess.
Yeah.
There's got to be some creative stuff that she could do that we're going to see
Yeah.
down the line.
Yes, definitely.
You probably already seen some, but you don't know it. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Okay.
Make sure
Go out there and find it.
Where can we find this again?
iridescentmanga.com, or you can get it signed through Etsy. Just find Iridescent Manga on Etsy.
And of course, they're all the cons. That's how you meet them in person.
Absolutely.
They're promoting their manga out there in the real world.
Yeah, we'll be going to a convention this weekend, and then we have fully booked November, so we'll be.
You'll see us.
Yeah, you'll see us somewhere.
You guys will be in the convention this upcoming weekend, correct?
Anime Houston, that's correct.
Anime Houston.
We're actually going to be out there at Anime Houston too.
That's right, guys. Make sure you guys see us there. But just hanging around.
Yeah.
But another power that I thought was really cool that we didn't get to see much of, the fauna-based power.
Oh yeah.
I was like, is that an animal-based
Yeah,
power?
yeah.
How do you like
I think-
put that against an element power? I was like,
Because we have the girl, so we have the trio, Scheller using everything he can, the color user. So we have his two best friends, the girl and the guy. The girl has the plant power, so we're like, let's give the guy the animal power. So he represents humanity. Sure, this trio represents humanity, the natural aspect of humanity, and the animal side of humanity, the animal kingdom.
Yeah. So
I
in
got
essence-
a lot deeper than I thought it would be.
So because there's a power system, but there's also like the natural, like it's something other than the power system. It's like the people who are connected to the world power. So it's like the fauna and the flora.
And then we have poison, the dark versions of them.
Yeah.
So
So
Oh.
so it goes. I know it's a lot, but it makes sense.
There's a lot to the lore. They'll eventually connect,
Yes.
right? Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you're already teasing so much in Volume 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a plasma. I mean, one of the plasma users that has the color plasma, they can do any element, but they can't do like fauna.
They
and
can do
flora.
like the air connected power.
Yeah, they cannot do the earth connected power. Just the elements. Just the
I don't think they can do diamond. They could try to
Yeah.
diamond, but that would be kind of hard.
it would be a different way. They would be able to do diamond, but if
I like how you guys like decide like what they can and can't do just to like balance it out, you know? Because so most people just be like, oh, you know, this guy can shoot lasers at his asshole. Just trust, you know? Like, whoa,
it's like
huh?
whatever he
Yeah.
can do whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because you can make one character too overpower or one plasma element to overpower with the
And
other
then
one.
you'll see that our main character Shotter, he actually struggles mastering the elements. So that's something that we
Gotcha.
explore. Like he can do it, but he's not good at it. So
Interesting.
that's something that we explore.
Gotcha.
So
There's a struggle. You know,
there's a
yeah.
struggle. He has to overcome it, but then eventually he makes a way to work that into his favor.
Yeah.
When it comes, when he opposes one of the bigger.
Oh, hey,
enemies.
we're going deep into the lore here.
Yeah, deep into the lore. What were you
Into the
saying?
iridescent world.
But yeah, we were going to talk about the names because originally we named our characters for the first draft. Our main character was named Sonic.
Sonic.
like the
Okay.
hedgehog.
Yeah.
And then one of the opponents, his name was Slipknot. Like
Oh, the band?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had another one named Sega. We had
Another one named Matrix.
Matrix.
So we were just listening. Things that we like, we put them as names. So we're
Okay.
like, no, maybe we should actually do proper
Yeah.
names.
Once we decided to do the actual final draft.
Yeah.
we were
That was
okay,
like
we need
back in
to-
Costa Rica. As a matter of fact, the main character didn't have hair.
Oh, like
It was-
One Punch?
Yeah,
something like that.
Oh.
He was inspired by Vin Diesel.
Oh.
So he will have dark shades and bald. And he was bald like Vin Diesel because we used to watch Vin Diesel movies back in the day.
Up to this day.
Yeah.
Fast X, best movie ever.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I need to watch it.
It's an American classic. It's an
Where's
American
that? Where's the
classic.
house? Did you put it up?
Oh, it's in my room.
He has the house of Fast and Furious. Like,
Oh, really?
In miniature scale.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I'm like a model. I build models. I'm a geek.
You
No, this
made
guy
it?
loves Fast and Furious.
You build it?
Well, you put it together.
Okay.
Do you have cars to go with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's a little
The
Supra,
Torino. Yeah.
a little Supra, and a '69 Charger.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Because familia.
Familia.
No, that's cool.
Speaking
Okay.
of Familia, have you seen Blue Beetle?
Yes.
You
I
like
thought
it?
it was good. I
Right?
thought it was
Like,
good.
I'm very happy with that. The Latino representation is
Yeah.
being going
Yeah.
on a lot more.
Yeah, like a lot of
Luffy's
peop-
Latino, and this guy is Latino, and he's the same guy from Cobra Kai. So I'm very happy. Even I like the family values that very Latin stuff. Like white people don't really have that as much.
Yeah.
From what I noticed, and they're very cold. And like once you turn 18, they kick you out of the house. While in Latin families, that's not the case.
No,
They
yeah,
root for
Blue
you.
like the grandma, she lives with them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's the matriarch, she's the leader. And I was like, that's very Hispanic. That's how
Yes.
it would be in my family. We follow my grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Or grandma sadly already passed away, but that was the same thing. Like we used to go every Sunday to our grandma's house, and everybody would go there
Yeah.
in New Year's.
So it's those little things, those
Yeah.
little things in the movie that make you feel like, that's
Yeah.
my movie.
That's my tia up there.
and they made a really good job at representing most of the cultures because the director is Puerto Rican, the main family is Mexican, but the love interest is Brazilian. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of
A
representation.
mix there.
But
Yeah.
they made it sure to hit everybody. It's not too Mexican or not too Puerto Rican. It
Yeah.
appeals to everybody, and I like that a lot.
Our friend Mark, who's missing today, he doesn't speak Spanish, and he watched the movie, and he said he wasn't really feeling it. He didn't think it was that good just because he didn't speak Spanish. And I was like, well, I mean, I could see how you might think that, but it's still a really good movie even without the Spanish. I felt like it was.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun.
But the Spanish just added that flavor, you know,
Yeah.
that Latin flavor that
It's like how it is in our household. We,
Yeah.
you know, we do both. You know?
like my friends, like I never heard you like speaking Spanglish, like speak Spanish and English in the same sentence. Yeah, well, I don't do it around you because you don't speak Spanish, so why would I?
Yeah.
But with all my friends that speak Spanish,
we speak Spanish.
I
here.
switch it up all day.
Yes,
you know,
totally.
Absolutely.
Spanglish. That's the way to go.
It's like Suki, bájate.
Exactly.
There you go.
Del asiento.
So we start one sentence in English and we end it in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah. So he's like, I never heard you say that. Well, you don't speak Spanish, so why would I do it around
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
That's my point. I was like, Spanglish is a real thing among us Latinos.
Yeah.
Main characters have Latino, half Asian. My
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. So
That's what I was gonna say. What did that idea? When did that idea come up, and how did you build upon it? It's like let's make him half Asian because manga, and let's make him half Latino because us.
Because us, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it represents us. in a
So
way.
that was his idea because I knew we had to redesign the character because he had to be more appealing in our. We just felt like the bald guy thing wasn't working for us.
Dominic Toretto doesn't make a good.
no, not for us.
He needs Brian Walker. I mean,
Yeah.
Paul Walker.
I mean, there's what's that show, that Cartoon Network show that's Kids Next Door or something like that?
Yeah.
Spy Kids. Or
No,
Kids Next Door.
Kids
Yeah.
Next Door, yeah.
Yeah, and the main character is bald with glasses too.
Yeah,
And,
number
I mean,
one.
that worked
Number
out.
one?
Yeah.
And that worked out for this for
But
the
he's
show.
British.
Yeah.
But for our stuff, I'm not sure that was gonna quite work for us because he's a naive young guy who's barely learning anything about the world. So it didn't make sense for him to be bald.
And then one of the things that made me want to do it is because I went to college in Arkansas, and yeah,
Sorry, that's random.
it's very random. And I have a bunch of white friends, and they don't really. A lot of them do vibe, but this friend I'm talking about in particular, I'm not gonna name him. He is very. I don't want to say he's very southern, right? And he's very
No rhythm. No rhythm at
very
all.
old school.
Drinks black coffee.
And he's like, "Oh, look at your dad looks like a stereotypical Mexican dad." I'm like, "Well, he was supposed to be like Asian dad, not Mexican." Now he looks too Mexican, and blah blah blah. So I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna make him Mexican now. I'll make him Latino now."
Yeah.
Because just out of spite, kind of thing. But I think that works for us because we know how to write him, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. No, he just said about the white friend.
Yeah, you know who
I know who you're talking about.
I'm not a WBM exclusive.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the reason you made him Hispanic.
At least the dad, because the dad is ambiguous. It can be either Asian or I'm like, let's just make him mix. Because in our world, it's already in the future. People mix races.
yeah.
You know what's crazy? I didn't see the dad as like Latin looking, but now that you mention it, it's like he clearly does look Latin.
Yeah.
The big mustache, the hair.
Yeah, but I mean, he's half too. Right?
The go all out at the last round.
Go all out
That sounds very Latino. Yeah.
But
They're
yeah,
both mixed.
But yeah, but we redesigned the character. He told me he was half Hispanic, so we're like, okay, we're gonna make his skin a little bit darker. Just his whole complexity is like very Hispanic. So
Okay. And I like that you also put that in the character bio. It's like, yeah, he's Hispanic and Asian. Because of that, his fighting style incorporates capoeira, like Latin style fighting styles, and
Japanese like
Martial arts,
yeah.
I thought that was a cool way to plug it.
Yeah.
To make it work, to connect it.
I'll be honest.
Connect the two
I
worlds.
focus on the development of his own sadness about again, spoilers when you read volume 1 of the reason why he felt guilt about the incident that happened, especially when it says like, hey, my feet didn't move, right? So I feel like that's like I like it was like Batman-esque character, like it made him mark them, right? But the thing is, like, you guys don't leave it alone. Like, oh, I lost my parents. It's like it continuously bugs him. Like there's scenes of him flashbacking, or the worst ones.
The whole initial flashback is a nightmare.
Or worse, the ones that hurt the most is like the flashback when you're having a good time with that certain one you love, but it's just a dream and it's the sweet ones. Those are the ones. Yeah, those ones that the one about his father hurt, but the sweet ones are the ones that hurt the most. It's because they are sweet dreams.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like and that it incorporates a lot of the character because it bugs. Sometimes he can't be present, like the girl staring at him, or a term is going on, or he misses like the instructions because like he's losing. His mind dwells into the past or into something like you just missed out on the instructions. This is one of the reasons why you're not all there is because like the trauma really
I'm glad you
pushes you away.
A lot of people don't even realize that that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm making him go away sometimes.
Great job, yeah. Because that's something I relate. Because I was like, my mind wanders and like just missed out.
And we don't have to show what he's thinking. We know because we see if
that's right. And I love that because then it's like, oh, and but like the example and the instruction and the sensei is like, and those are the instructions, kind of like real life. Because if you're in class, right, the teacher's explaining, all right, we're going to teach you how to do this calculus math. She starts 1 + 1 is 2. You blink, and next thing you know, it's like a whole equation. I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Yeah.
We tried to do like a little gag with it too. Like
that was great. That was great. That was my favorite scene. Like I was like, damn, that's really relatable right there.
We also want to show that he grows and he learns from the experience. So you know how he couldn't move at all when the incident happened, but then at the end when there's an attack and he hears those words like "shutter," "run," he's like, "Let's go, we gotta get out of here."
And then that's how we end each other.
And he moves.
Yes,
he moves without hesitation.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, this thing he finally listened to instructions and he headed out. Yeah,
he has the determination. No, now I need to make it different.
Yeah. It also shows like the confidence, like and the reason I bring this up because like I play League with this guy, right? Sometimes I gotta leave him alone and do his thing. Like I have faith in like his own character. Well, I get it with Shotter because he's like at first he was scared, but scared for his dad. But the reality is, if he would have been confident on his dad, the champion's dad would have been okay.
Yeah,
this is finally revealed as that's Sensei. If anybody's in trouble, are the dudes that are around him. Yeah,
hey, that's a good one.
True.
Yeah.
That's a good point too.
Did you notice a little trauma part that we show visually?
Yeah, we do show trauma.
Oh man, I really like that.
Yes, right here.
Whenever he sees the mask, and he like flashes back to
that
the other mask.
Yeah,
I was like,
the mask triggered that. Yeah,
that was
a great take. That was a great take.
That was like really cool to see it on the page because I was like, how
because you make it very human. You add in the elements of PTSD.
He like pauses when he sees the mask because he flashes.
Because he's fighting, he's kicking ass, and then suddenly he stops, and he gets frozen for a second, and you're even the masked guy. He's like, okay, why did you stop? Let me take advantage of this moment, and then he gets interrupted. But yeah, that freeze.
I thought that was a really good moment.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that scene.
I didn't even really think about the flashbacks like that, but now that you put it, it's like, that's a good breakdown.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
point.
thanks, guys.
And,
Yeah.
I like even when you guys change that trope of like he has trauma where he didn't act, but it's not like he didn't act like he didn't help in the fight. It's more like he just didn't run away. So whenever that moment happens, he's not thinking like, well, let me fight, let me act and fight like your typical anime character.
We're doing
Like
the
that.
opposite. Like, he needs to run away.
Let me be brave enough to run away.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was like,
yeah.
that is good.
That was great.
That was good. That's a good spin to it. It's like,
That's true. Because I was expecting next panel, he's like, no, Sensei,
I was expecting
I'm
him
going
to
to
fight.
stay and show you how I fight.
Yeah.
If anything, he's finally like, listen, he's a good student. All right. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, his whole goal in this arc is going back to the house. That's the whole arc he goes through this.
That's true.
But there's so much that happens.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for volume 2 for
Yeah.
that.
I
Well,
know.
speaking of volume 2, how's that coming along? Like, is there anything you guys can tell us, like an
I was
idea?
going to show you, but the page didn't load.
Yeah, we
That's how
have
exclusive it is.
Is it Suki? Is it Wi-Fi? It's Suki, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's coming along great. I'm having fun making it.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still still got a bunch of pages to go. But it's gonna be released this winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we launched the Kickstarter. It was successfully funded. But we do have to make a bunch of posters too. So it's a lot of work. So I'm gonna be drawing everything for the manga, and then I have to draw everything for like
The posters?
the posters, and then we have a hoodie that we're launching.
You guys got a lot of merchandise with it. I know you chibi plushies.
Yeah, the
little
chibi
page,
plushies.
little page.
Like the standees.
This is volume 2?
Yes, at the page from Rolling 2.
So he's being shown a page from Volume 2, but
It's a pretty cool
I know we
page.
can't show it on the podcast.
Bro.
Oh, is it
it's
spoilers?
sick.
Can you describe what you're
Spoilers?
saying?
It's sick. Just alone the angles, you can tell it's like a different. Like, I can already tell that the angles you're using, completely different.
That is cool. What kind of? I'm about to ask. What kind of power is that?
Oh, and now,
I'm already
he's
thinking.
He's explaining the power. Actually, so hey, no spoilers. But yeah, so we designed also a line of plushies, but we're getting help with some other people. So we have we're doing collabs with some other
That's good.
artists. So we have two artists doing the plushies. We even had a white manga do a poster for us.
If you guys know who White Manga is.
I saw it on Instagram.
He has his own manga. He's everywhere now. Walmart, Barnes and Noble. He's probably gonna get an anime too. I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, I was happy.
We
That
met
is
him
so
online,
cool.
and then we started bonding and stuff. We see him every once in a
Nice.
while, and when we go to cons, and he's there.
It's so cool. Like this community at the cons. You
Yeah.
meet a lot of cool people. I met a lot of cool. I mean, that's how I met you guys.
The coolest.
But I mean, Shake and Bake. I
Oh
love
yeah,
that
my
guy.
good friend Tony.
Shout out to Tony Saavedra, Shake and Bake.
Big shout out.
Yeah, he's the one one of the people that motivated us to start doing conventions. Because we met online the same way we made White Manga. We met Tony online. We started talking, and then suddenly I go to Anime Matsuri. He's there. I'm like, hey, I know who you are. I know about your comic. And then we started bonding. And after a while, we'll see him at shows, and he's like, you guys are really good. You guys should do it. We're like, I don't know. We don't have time. And then
Yeah.
and then we decided to do it.
Funny. For the longest time, I always had like I don't want to end up being just a convention artist. Like I had that in my mind because I was like.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I know, but there's nothing wrong with that. But back in like 2012 or 2013, I was like, I want to get my manga published. I want to make it big, but because I don't want to end up being a convention artist.
And then you realize the reason they do conventions is
because
because
it
they
actually
make
makes-
more money there.
Yeah.
Like voice actors, they
Yeah.
make more money in conventions.
Is that how you guys like really started monetizing this hobby?
Yeah,
the
so
prints?
we actually started doing the fan art prints to start monetizing our business, and it actually pays off very well. Especially if you keep going to a lot of conventions and you keep making really cool art and really nice finishes. Because we started doing the holographics, we also do the foils, which are very eye catching, and we're also teaming up with other
The foils look really cool. I need to get some.
Oh, yeah, the foils are
love
pretty
the
cool.
foils.
Even now, because you don't get to see them until they arrive from the production, from the manufacturer. And even when I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh my god,
This is solid.
so freaking good.
Yeah, we should have brought some of the new ones. 'Cause we just released a new
Yeah.
a new Jujutsu Kaisen one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I saw the little Instagram post that you guys did. I thought it was cool. The Gojo and the other guy.
Yeah.
Doji, yeah.
I thought it was some cool angles, man. I like that you guys are switching up the angles.
Yeah.
Because I remember you guys started is like more like frame like, more like straight up the character.
Like that Nesco, maybe.
Yeah, like the Nezuko or Rengoku. And now you guys are doing like different angles, like different positions.
More dynamic.
You're into the Spider-Verse series was really cool.
Oh yes,
Yeah, we're still working on that.
That looked more like a poster because you had a character in front and with a big head in the background. So yeah, and we did that series for just the Spider-Verse ones. So only the Spider-Verse ones look like that with the big character in the back.
We just love the way they do details in the movies, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
try to recreate that.
Yeah.
in the
Like the
poster.
highlights and the shadows, and like
Dramatic
they
aberration.
use hatching and
Yeah.
they use
Screen
screen
tone.
tones for the highlights. It's pretty cool.
Your Cyberpunk print is pretty awesome too.
That was one of my favorites for a long time. It's
Still
slowly
doing very good, yeah.
dying down because I mean the show is probably like 2 years old now.
Yeah.
And they didn't release a new one or nothing like that. And
Well, it was
So
anime
the
of the
hype-
year, you know. It was anime of the year last year.
It's only 1 year. It's been only 1 year.
Yeah.
Just in February.
Yeah. So and then they're about to drop the Cyberpunk final DLC next week.
Oh,
So,
they
Yeah.
are?
I
Yeah.
already bought it.
Yeah.
So I'm ready. So.
I really want to stay.
They never continue. That's a good story.
All those songs were in the original release of the
Of the
game.
game?
Yeah, they
Oh.
were.
And then
And now
they
you
became
go-
a hit after the anime came.
Because now you go back and play it, and you're in the car driving, and you hear the
hear
song,
them,
and it's like,
So what you want to do?
yes. And then I think Elon Musk's wife is in the game. She's an actual singer character in the game. I think what's her name?
It's a one-word name.
We see something. I don't remember her name, but she's cool. She's all chrome. She's gold.
Let's see if
Lizzie
Suki-
Wizzy.
Let's see if
Suki, can
look it
you
up.
look that up for me?
The character name is Lizzie Wizzy.
I always forget. We got Suki the assistant.
Oh, there's Talala Riley. That was the first one.
I'll say Amber
Oh,
Heard.
Grimes.
Yeah.
Grimes.
Grimes in the
I
game.
knew that's the one word.
That's
name,
Lizzie
yeah.
Wizzy.
Thank you, Suki. Thank you.
Thank you, Suki. And then then the Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the characters, they're kind of in the game, but they're like icons for upgrades now.
You know, that's one thing that you really like about that anime. Talking about character development, you were invested in David's story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in only 12 episodes.
Another Latino representation.
Another Latino representation. Even
That's
though
true.
this world of Cyberpunk is completely different from ours,
But it was
he's still
it
like
was-
David Martinez.
It was sickening, like the way the world works. Like it's like your insurance doesn't cover visitation to your dead mom. Like
Yeah.
come on, like damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because in the world of Cyberpunk, Night City is like its own mini country. Because there's a new United States, but Night City is not part of them. Like they're apart in a different
Okay.
place. It's a different section of California.
It's like his own country, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's called Night City.
I never played it, but I love the anime.
No,
Yeah.
the world is really interesting.
But I mean, tell us a little bit about how you started in the cons. What was your first con like?
So our first con was actually Anime Matsuri because we're local in Houston. So
Really?
Oh, that was the first one.
that was our first one, and we had been attendees to Anime Matsuri for a couple of years by that point, and then we decided to start doing that one as artists in the Artist Alley in 2018,
17.
and so we geared up with a couple posters. We had about 9 designs. Our best one, I would say, was our Dragon Ball Super. No,
The Goku Ultra Instinct.
yeah, there we go. So we had I think that's the only design that we still produce to today. Everything else is already been discontinued.
That still sells, yeah.
I was gonna ask that. Which one of those first original 9 that you still
Still
play?
going, yeah.
We have one of Miles Morales jumping. That's one of the first ones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
okay,
one.
So we had 2 designs that are still running.
Oh.
Yeah, but we already replaced that Miles.
Yeah.
We have the new one, and Goku Ultra Instinct.
We're gonna make a new one.
We're gonna make a new Goku, a new Vegeta.
Yeah, but we had
You gotta keep one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Just for nostalgia's sake.
Even the we have a Kingdom Hearts one with the trio, and we replaced that.
Merc has that one.
Yeah, and
Merc
we-
has that one at his house.
And we replaced that
the
with
horizontal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we replaced
Yeah.
that with Sora and Riku.
Yeah.
And then we did a different Kyrie one.
Yeah,
Nice.
because
I don't know. He has a Kyrie one,
but
if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so.
I would say
He's a big Kingdom Hearts.
We were just talking about that right now. Yeah.
We did Deadpool Bob Ross.
well that was later.
Oh.
That was later. So
Yeah, that
what
was
was
for San Japan.
what else did we have for
So-
as anime like?
Anime like we had because we even had Star Wars. We had Kylo Ren.
We have Kylo Ren. Okay.
Yeah, we had Kylo Ren. We had Full Metal.
the sequel trilogy we should not talk about.
Yeah, we had Kylo Ren. We had Full Metal Alchemist. We had Kingdom Hearts.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
And which I need to make a
Oh,
new Full
we have
Metal
like
Alchemist.
heroes and villains.
Oh, we had
For
the
My
heroes.
Hero?
Yeah, My Hero. We had the heroes by that point.
Yeah.
I think the villains.
I think the villains came later.
Yeah, the
but we
villains
had-
came later.
Like villains came for San Japan. 'Cause
Yeah.
That was a huge hit in San
Yes.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have heroes.
How was that first con? Like, was it
Horrible.
Like, hella
Bad.
successful?
It was
or-
bad.
No, I mean, technically, yes.
We just did it wrong. We did it wrong because we went all out. Quotation marks, but
we pay for
What
electricity.
does that mean?
We pay for electricity, and that's
Yeah, we
super
pay-
expensive.
yeah, we
pay
pay
for
for
electricity
electricity.
in the convention center.
we had a TV screen. I brought my drawing tablets, and we had a 6-foot table. So like this right here.
So sorry about that.
It's all good. So we had.
We could take a quick break.
Okay. Oh man, going well.
I appreciate you guys sharing it. A lot of information. If there's anything that you guys are supposed to touch, let us know, man.
Yeah,
But,
because
No, I like the little points that you make about Chowder and his trauma. And
yeah, thanks,
Oh,
man.
but-
I thought it was really good of the
Because
character.
it's true because
yeah.
it is a trauma and it's something that people might relate to. It's
Yeah.
something that's
Yeah.
real.
And the fact that you bring it back is like any character. That's something you don't forget. Like
Yeah.
it's in the
because he
back
has
of
the
your mind.
nightmare, he has the break scene at the training, and of course the mask scene. Like he just keeps on like freaking out.
Yeah. And it can happen anytime. He can be with a girl. He can be training. It's like a real like trauma.
In the middle of that girl throwing the baton.
Yeah.
He like blanks out.
Perfect. Yeah.
And
Stuff
then
like that.
there's like in volume 3 there's an actual scene where he kind of reflects about it a little bit with the sensei, and then we get a little bit of a kind of resolution.
Yeah.
But then there's more. There's more.
There's more,
in the
yeah.
story.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
more.
because I mean that's what we do in our podcast. We kind of break down anime.
Yeah.
So of course we gave your manga a treatment.
breakdown,
We're
yeah.
like, let's
We'll
break
do
it
it
down
like
in
that.
themes. What
Yeah.
themes do you see? I know it's about fun, like fighting and the
But that's
kids.
the stuff we do. Like we try to break down
But
like
let's
the
break
character.
down like adult themes.
Yeah.
The kid clearly has PTSD.
Yeah.
Let's talk about his emotional damage.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's you know it's a kid friendly manga, but you know,
'Cause it's-
I like the idea that maybe you guys put some adult themes
Teams on there. Yeah.
No, we definitely did because it's real. It's not only adult; it's real. Like it happens.
Absolutely.
It's
To, it happens,
relatable.
it happens
Yeah.
to kids too. You know?
Like I feel like
Yeah.
we all have
Yeah.
traumas that we don't even realize until
Yeah.
we're adults, right?
Yeah.
Like if you we
And that's
grew
what
up,
makes you an artist.
like we grew up like kind of religious because our parents are very like they're pastors and stuff.
Yeah.
And then once we're adults, we're like, okay, but that's kind of like a little extra. That's kind of not quite right? So we're like,
yeah, like we used to follow blindly, and then when we grew up, we're like, okay, let me think about this for a second before I just follow blindly, you know. So we started
Now-
questioning things.
what religion did you guys grow up?
Baptist.
well,
Oh, okay.
technically Baptist here in the States,
Yeah.
but back in Costa Rica wasn't really Baptist because you guys were, when I met you guys, because we're step siblings. So when my mom met his dad, your church wasn't Baptist, it was something
I don't
else.
even remember.
Because you were so young. I don't know, but like,
Sorry.
one of the things I appreciate about our
Random question. You know, I'm an atheist.
It's okay. I don't blame you.
I believe in manga. I believe in manga. What up?
I'm
Go with it.
Buddhist. Yeah.
I mean, all of them they do believe in something. Even if you're atheist or agnostic, you believe in something, right? Even if it's yourself. What I was gonna say, like,
Fucking like a true manga creator right there.
We all believe in something. Even if
Even just- but dude, that was a hot one.
You just moved right past it.
That was, bro, hold on. That was fire.
That was goosebumps,
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
I'm probably gonna do that, put that in the manga.
Bro, for real, bro.
We all believe something.
Like right before he
Even if
punches
it's
the main
yourself.
bad guy in the balls, like, you know, we all believe for ourselves.
we all believe in something.
Even if it's
ourselves.
You heard it here first. WBA exclusive.
Spoiler, guys. Spoiler.
And that's how the manga ends. And that's how he cured his PTSD. That's terrible.
Full resolution. We're writing it live right here.
brainstorming session.
Volume 3 coming out soon, guys.
No, that's probably gonna happen in volume 57.
No, but we're gonna come back to this podcast and oh yeah, we need to add that line.
Dude, yeah.
No, what I was gonna say.
Yeah, sorry.
My point was like something I appreciate about our dad is like he, even though he's pastor and religious, he always makes sure that we have critical thinking.
Yeah.
He's like, don't believe everything that people say in the pulpit, even if it's me. Question it.
Yeah.
Read-
Yeah.
I was gonna
Go
say like
to the
he
source.
even told us like don't believe even if it's coming from me. Don't believe like research it yourself, like study it, and so we appreciate
Develop
that for
your
sure.
own opinions
That's
and
good,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. No, that's good.
Hey,
If we're gonna go back to the our first convention,
yeah, let's go back to that. I know
Time travel.
you were talking about
how we set it up, and you asked us how it went, and it was pretty bad.
that you went all in, quote
Oh yeah,
unquote.
so
Oh yeah, you were drawing. You had like a little a little short table.
Yeah, 6 foot table.
Yeah,
yeah,
six
I had a
foot.
six-
I might leave some of that in there just because
No,
that
yeah.
That was
believe in
good.
yourself.
Yeah,
That
that
believe
was
in yourself.
fine,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was good. That was good.
You're definitely keeping that.
yeah, keeping that, please. So we
And
had
a quick side quote. You say volume 57. Like, how many actual volumes? Like, how far do you
Hold
think
on,
your
hold on.
manga
Let him
goes?
finish his shit.
That would be our next question.
that's not a side note.
That's a whole different.
That's another episode.
I swear I was gonna forget.
Yeah, we're going back to the
First con.
So we had a 6 foot table, and we were going all out. We paid for electricity. We had a bunch of lights, which lights is not a problem. But we brought our drawing tablets, and we brought a laptop. We brought a TV so we could draw live. And we had like a small little space for our posters. So people were stopping by our table. They would just like stare at me drawing, and then they would crowd around the table, and then they would leave. And we're like,
Which is very interesting because year later they incorporated that to Arisali, the live
that's
sessions.
true. Yeah, that's true.
They probably got inspired.
That's a side note. So
That's a side. That's a correct side.
Not a whole different question.
but
We'll go back around to that.
But people will stop by our tables. They would hang around for us for a few minutes, and they would leave. And
Without
then-
buying anything.
And I would be like, okay, you saw me drawing, you saw my posters, you didn't buy anything, and it's because they were distracted by what I was doing.
Because when you're at a con, especially at one big one like Anime Matsuri, you only have a few minutes to see everybody. And if you're walking by, get distracted, you're like, oh, I was walking, and then you continue walking. Unless you really want to go and buy something, you buy it. So one thing that we learned is like we need to catch their eye real quick because we only have a few seconds
That's
to
what
make a
it
sale.
is. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, I don't. Me a con goer.
Yeah.
I only
As a
stop
consumer.
As a consumer,
There you go.
as you can see on my walls, I only stop at a table if it catches my eye.
Yeah.
If it doesn't catch my eye, I keep going.
Yeah.
And if I see somebody live drawing and catch my eye because I want to see his like talent, quote unquote.
But you're right. But I will do exactly what you just said. Is like I'll look at what's going on.
and then I'll keep going.
And
keep
oh
going,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
walking. Yeah.
Yeah,
So once I
whereas-
realized the
I'm
second
walking
time,
here.
did you realize the second time? Like, all right, this time no more drawing.
Yeah. So the second convention we did.
But
we
was
like-
it successful?
So
Were you
no,
guys,
it
did you guys sell those 9 prints?
No. So we had we had a Ultra Instinct Goku. We had just been released, and nobody else had it. So that saved our weekend.
And then a police officer, one of the security guards.
One of the security guards, he came and he commissioned me. He saw me drawing. He commissioned me on the spot to draw his daughter. And I drew her from one day to the other, and he paid us a whole $80 for that, and that
4 whole prints.
and that saved our weekend pretty much.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, the Ultra Instinct too, because nobody else had it. So we had a friend that he was very big, and he always make a lot of money on conventions, but he didn't have Ultra Instinct. But we're very,
Shake and bake.
Yeah, shake and bake. So he would refer us to people who would ask about Ultra Instinct. He'd be like, "Oh, I don't have it, but my friends over there they have it," and people will come and buy.
Oh,
it.
shout out to Shake and Bake.
Yeah,
for that.
Shake
Oh,
and
Bake is
sweet.
very
Yeah.
solidary.
That was very nice of
Yeah.
him, and we're very grateful because we would have made no money if it wasn't for that.
Gotcha.
But
That's
yeah, we ended
cool.
up making maybe $500 that weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Hey,
but
that's decent for your first con.
Well,
I heard.
expenses were the table plus the electricity. So
Yeah,
it's kind of half of it.
expenses were like $600.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind.
So yeah, because I mean, at that
Lesson
point-
learned, priceless.
Lesson learned. Hey, there you go. You got a lesson learned.
And that was our first.
But
For everything else, there's Mastercard.
back in the day, the artist salad tables were like $250, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
I heard they
Nowadays-
got in like crazy expensive.
they got-
like Anime Matsuri was like $1,000.
Well, the artist salary
Quote, unquote,
was like
sorry.
$450 for this inline for next year.
Yeah, but we got a vendors, and that was close to 1,000.
Yeah,
Actually, it was more than 1,000 for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
vendor spot. Yeah.
Inflation, bro. Yeah.
Inflation and maybe greed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
it
mean,
was-
I think the convention center charges more every year.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the conventions, it's not only Anime Matsuri. Most conventions are raising their prices on the
They're all
tables.
going up.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
from what I
that's,
hear.
we'll talk about that because that doesn't benefit anybody. Because even attendees, they already spend so much money on the entrances.
The ticket,
They
yeah.
don't want to spend money on anybody else.
Like the passes to get in has, even for Anime Matsuri, got really expensive.
Mm.
And I felt like it wasn't like worth it. Like the actual well, as an example, I had a lot of fun at Anime Matsuri. We love you, Anime Matsuri.
Shout out to Anime Matsuri.
Yeah. But we did have some people that we were stationed there, and then we had both opinions. We're like, someone like, no, I loved it. Haven't been here in a while. I get to interact with people. Then we have people who are like, man, they're canceling every other panel. This is some BS.
Our panel was fired.
Awesome.
Your guys'
Yes.
panel on Friday was really good. I really
It was Thursday, actually.
It was a Thursday.
I'm sorry, Thursday.
No, but that was crazy.
Thursday. I really like compared to some of the other panels I watched. I was like, man, they should have put the Blaze Brothers prime time, like Saturday evening or Friday evening, because I mean, some of their stuff that I've seen, I was like,
Yeah, we really
much love to you guys.
No, like something I take pride on is our panels.
Yeah, because we prepared it very well. We have a very organized panel, so
Yeah, it's clean. It was
very structured and full of material. So
And then we're going bigger for next year. Yeah, the panels for this year were great, but we're going bigger next year. We're actually gonna screen
the episodes.
the chapters.
Ooh.
Yeah, because by that
You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first.
WBF exclusive.
Facts.
I guess we haven't even specified. This is not just a manga; it's an audio manga. So we have
That's
voice actors
right.
Oh,
playing
yeah,
the
we
characters.
Yeah.
kind of went into the lore.
Straight into we went right into it. Man.
But can you tell us about what Iridescent is, other than the characters?
Yeah, so every chapter has a QR code at the beginning that you can scan, and it will take you to our SoundCloud profile. That there you can choose the chapter that you want to listen to. As of right now, the SoundCloud profile is empty, but
We're still developing that feature. That's why next year, to premiere that feature, we're gonna promote that feature. We're gonna screen the chapters. I will think the first 6 with the audio attached to them. So it's gonna be like a mini movie, like a motion manga.
yeah.
So
How long have you been working on that project itself?
since 2014.
Yeah,
Okay.
2014.
Oh,
The
wow.
audio,
That's
yeah,
how-
10 years in the making, guys.
years in the making.
And we're still going at it. It's just it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I
I'm-
remember you guys were telling us about the SoundCloud back in 2020.
Yeah.
They were like, "Where's the SoundCloud?"
No, we'll get to that. No, but I'm glad we decided to do
I'm
it.
kidding, guys.
I'm glad we decided.
Finally, now.
Right? No, because I feel like that helped me develop my directing skills with voice actors and make me make more connections. Network, it really helped networking
Because
with
that's how the
people.
the idea was born. It's like your manga was going to be different because it was gonna you were going to have the audio coming with it. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of competition. It's very competitive.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we get.
And you're Americans doing a manga, so
yeah.
Well,
Latinos,
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 yeah.
Even harder. And then we got to work with some of the best voice actors on the market right now.
Yeah.
Like Sino.
Yeah.
Robinson, he's amazing. He's
and
great.
that's one point that you're trying to
Hawks
make.
himself.
Glad that we waited a little bit to release it because we had indie voice actors to start, which we're really grateful. We of course we pay them and everything, but we got the opportunity to meet some new voice actors and mainstream voice actors, and they showed interest in the project. And they said, "Hey, if you need help, just let me know." And we're like, hey,
Okay.
let's
And-
do it.
Wow.
Let's do it.
So we hired Sino. We hired Matthew, who Matthew plays Panda in Jujutsu Kaisen, or he plays the King Baro in Blue Lock.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
he
so-
plays Corey Taylor in Fortnite.
He plays Corey Taylor in Fortnite.
I don't do Fortnite.
Corey Taylor, Corey Taylor
Corey
is
Taylor
a Slipknot
from
singer.
Slipknot.
So they did like a Slipknot add-on or whatever.
Yeah. My bad.
I didn't get the reference.
I mean,
I didn't get the reference.
It's weird. It's weird. Like so in Fortnite.
I like how it's Slim Nut, but Fortnite.
So he plays the singer, the lead singer. Anyways, he's gonna be playing a few characters for us. The guy from the preview with the hammer.
Yeah.
That's gonna be him.
Oh.
Plus solar character.
Man, that's what's up, man. I feel like, you're talking about you probably started recording with some indie actors, but like the final product that you guys are going to release now is probably so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mix of newcomers and very talented newcomers, or not so well-known actors and some well-known actors.
And even because we're making the music too, and we have grown musically in the music aspect too. So back in the day, we had a few songs, but they were just okay. I think now we have way better songs with instrumentals and
Maybe we should play a
we
little
have and
section.
orchestral sections and everything. So it has definitely improved in the
Do you
quality.
have a little sample
I have a sample
in the
but,
phone? If you can play a little bit.
Yeah, we'd love to do it.
Exclusive here first, guys.
I don't know if it's gonna catch it because you want me to just
Yeah, put it on Suki, please. You just put it to the gentleman's mic.
Yeah. Thank you, Suki.
Thank you, Suki.
Shout out to Suki. Look at her. Figure out the blue buttons at.
Yeah. So gonna play a really cool song. We incorporated some orchestral aspects. Here we go.
With Latin, are you playing the main character?
The chase.
Is this the part where it says run?
Yeah, this is the part where they're chasing him. Yeah.
Run.
So
Gotcha.
you can read chapter 7 while you listen to
And
this
then
song.
the rocks fall. Damn it!
This is more like this part, like where he's like, "Who are these people? Why are they after me?"
This whole scene, right?
Yeah, this whole scene right here,
Oh, that's when they start.
and then
the
right here,
ambush.
like right here. Boom. Oh no.
Yeah.
I hear the strings.
But then there comes another part that I really like. Like this whole take right here is the next scene.
Probably make a shorter version.
Yeah,
Like the whole battle right there.
yeah. Here it goes.
That's her
She's,
too.
This is her theme when she shows up.
He keeps running.
That's cool. That was
That's
cool.
sick.
No, you have to play the main character because I'm very proud of our main character, the Shudder's theme, because we incorporated Asian aspects to the soundtrack and Latin aspects. of the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a longer song though.
But you just keep parts.
That's cool.
Song takes me hyped up.
Let's do the slow part. Read and play from there. Oh, look. Hear the choirs?
Dang.
That's pretty cool.
Then we're doing another part right here. A lot of Latin instruments.
Why not? Hear the Latin?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the main character theme. So it has a lot of influences like Latino, Asian.
Man,
I love like the fact it's very sensory, like everything about it. Not only like visually, obviously, but it's like, hey, also hear it out. Like you guys like allowing the audience, this is like the vision of audio of like what he would sound like, and that's awesome. That's
Yeah, so
awesome.
it's kind of like watching the anime adaptation as you read it.
As you read it,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's very
And-
cool.
Because
This game is like a fusion. It feels like a fusion of like you hear the Latin drums in the back, the flute that's very like
Asian.
Asian.
It's an actual Asian flute. So
And that's perfect because I do that. Like when I read Berserk, I put on theme of guts or something to make me feel like I'm there. So that
Yeah.
makes sense. I do that too. Yeah.
And then we put a little bit of electronic aspect with orchestra.
Yes,
choir.
that was great.
Hey, when that beat drops hard,
yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but it's like because you can tell story through music.
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
part of the storytelling, tell the story of the
Well,
character.
you
just
play
like
that.
that.
You play that chasing, and
Yeah, the chasing, and then
like
when-
it's very clearly you hear when Kimi Ray shows up.
Yeah.
So that's
So it's like that's
really
her theme right there. So
Mm.
that's that moment happening. So it's really cool. So,
cool. Did you guys make that yourselves?
Yes.
The music, yes.
We do have help.
Oh.
We hire some musicians to do the Latin instruments because we don't know how to play those. That's very complex.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the music,
Do you
the
play
Latin
any
is-
of the instruments?
Yeah, I play drums, guitar. Simon plays guitar too.
He does, all the drumming is him. And then for the flute, we didn't hire anybody. We use plugins. So the hook, the little flute part, allows me playing the keyboard.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like a kind of like an app, but for computers. So you have a plug-in into the software, and then you have a keyboard, like a MIDI keyboard, and you just play whatever you
With the
want,
soundboard,
and it will
like a
sound like a
sound-
flute.
yeah.
And then we in post we make corrections, we make like
Yeah.
patterns and stuff, and then that's how this song all came about. But it was originally like we started in a garage
Yeah,
playing
Right.
rock music.
Yeah.
So that's how we kind of created this
yeah.
song.
The idea for this song actually was just like a heavy rock song inspired by Paramore, in my opinion.
Nice. Yeah.
And then when we decided to, no, this is gonna be the main character's theme, we have to restructure the song.
Yeah.
It's not just playing the same song and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Call it a
because
day, no.
originally it was like a verse, chorus, bridge. But no, now that we made it for this thing, so we adapted it to me like, okay, here's the first section, here's the drop, here's the something
Yeah.
else. It's telling a story rather than.
But one
playing
of the
a
things
song.
we did was studying other characters' theme, like Naruto, or and we
And then My Hero, the
Deku, yeah. So we listened to them, study them, understand how the structure kind of worked, and create our own structure. So we were following, okay, so they did this in here because of this, so let's do that because that's gonna work for us. And then this section, at that point, we didn't know how to do dubstep, and we still don't. So we did our own basic dubstep parts. And then we hired this guy, or actually, we didn't even hire him. He's teaming up. He's going to do this whole soundtrack with us.
Yeah.
His name is Sad Meal. He's from the UK. We met him online on YouTube. And so we contacted him. We showed him what we worked on. Can you do the dubstep drop? And he's like, yeah, I got you guys.
Yeah,
And
he
did
heard
it.
our mediocre excuse for a dubstep, and he's like, "I got you."
And he did it. And, that's
And
why
he
you
did
heard
that,
it.
and we were like, "Hell yeah!" Yeah.
And we're happy to keep working with him.
Yeah.
It's time consuming. You need to find the time to do more songs,
Yeah.
but we are already working.
Yeah.
on
How long did that take? That theme to
The
like?
music.
We did it in 2020. This version of the
Oh
team.
yeah. So I mean once we sit down to work on a song, we can probably finish a song in a day. But then like we go back and we make changes and things.
Edit
like that.
it,
Mm-hmm.
collab it with other people.
Yeah, but then sometimes I just come up with an idea randomly and I go record it real quick and then I show it to Simon. And he's like, "Oh, that could work for this thing right here."
Then we just
need
play
to-
around
Yeah,
with
we just need to make it more epic or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or changes because it sounds too much like something else.
Yeah.
You get into that. Like we creative people, sometimes we think alike, and we need to be careful not to rip each other off.
Yeah, like I made a song. We still have to modify it, but it sounds way too much like a Naruto song that we are familiar with. And we're like, okay, yeah, I like it. It's good, but let's not get used to it because it sounds way
It's
too
gonna
much.
it's gonna change.
Yeah, it sounds way too much like Naruto. We need to work on it.
Add more dubstep to it. That's
More,
more.
more strings, more choirs. The choirs are also like a plugin, so we just play the keys on the keyboard and it sounds like a choir. It's pretty cool.
It's randomized. So the vowels,
Now
vocals.
when it's vocals, it's like
Like when we did Emaru's team, I don't know if you have it.
Yeah,
they do like a little vocal
let's play a little bit.
drop, and it's funny because we don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, it's just.
But it sounds cool.
Well, that's why they did for Elden Ring. The game, all the choirs you hear, there's nonsense. It's just random stuff is generated.
random choir, random Latin. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit.
I love his team though.
That's Emaru, time on the heart. Your time has finally come, Kurotachi.
That's cool.
Here comes the choirs.
Oh.
random?
That's cool though.
That's good. I thought it'd be cool if it was like a Diamond Nation anthem or something.
Right.
Like hundreds of years ago. This is how they.
I just see him ascending like, oh, he's fucked, bro.
He starts flying with the diamonds.
Right. It does fit the character.
Yeah.
That's what we're going for. Like it does has that imperial type aspect to it because he's kind of like a prince, right? Like royal.
He is a prince.
Yeah. Well, I say kind of because he's the anti-prince. Like he doesn't
gotcha,
behave
gotcha.
royally. He's not proper. He's very he's very like a rock star. Like,
Yeah.
like Slash.
Yeah, he hates
Guys
the
are
whole
wrong.
prince idea.
Yeah. Well, he'll grow into it, but
Yeah, but
I don't
right now he
necessarily-
hates it. And you can see it. You see
Teaser.
like,
Another teaser. You heard it here first.
You see Emaru and you don't see. Well, actually, does he come up in volume 1?
yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh yeah.
He has his own page and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the first chapter, but like later on, you'll see him more, and you'll see like this guy is not a prince. Like, what is he talking about? It's because he hates the whole idea of being a prince, and he's like very anti-government.
He's an anarchist.
Yeah. So.
okay.
So he's not we see him as a bad guy because he's Shudder's rival at the moment,
Or antagonist.
But later on, we're gonna see his point
Bro,
of view.
yeah.
We're gonna see his point of view. So
He's
we're
a
gonna
bad guy, but he's not a bad
Right.
guy. Gotcha.
So we're
He's gonna be an anti-hero.
yeah, there you go. So that's what we're gonna explore in volume 2 and 3. So it's really cool. I'm really excited for volume 2 and 3.
Is there like a tease release day for volume 2?
Not an
he
actual
said?
day, just
December?
Winter.
Yeah, so it could be
Gotcha.
from December to January, February.
Yeah,
we just want to make sure it's good. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it looks good,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're gonna
Absolutely.
drop
absolutely.
volume 2 with the SoundCloud, right?
That's
That's
planning?
kind of like the idea. Like
The idea.
that's that.
That's the
yeah,
teaser.
Yeah, because I want to
TBD.
finish. I want because we need to drop volume 1.
We put in a lot of pressure.
We need to drop volume 1 too. So we're gonna be dropping the chapters as soon as they release. But that's why we're going to cons, right? To let people know, hey, this is ready. It's almost done. So and we show it. It's not us telling you it's ready. We're gonna show you how ready it is. Yeah.
yeah. But when the audio version is ready, you will know.
Be ready.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you will know because it's gonna be epic.
Oh, now we can go back to that question. I know you got chapter 2 and 3, but how many chapters do you see, or volumes? I'm sorry, how many volumes do you see going?
We have enough material for 60 volumes.
It depends on this how long the story arc takes us. Right now, this first one took us 3.
Yeah,
The next one I anticipate will take around 4 volumes. Depends on how detailed the tryout
the
are.
tryouts.
And that leads into a mini arc that's probably going to take
I
2
think,
volumes.
yeah, it could take longer. Than
And then
that.
you got to have your hot springs arc.
Yeah, but to say, don't forget the beach arc.
The-
Yeah,
Yeah.
They go
And the
to
classic on the roof at the high school, like
Yeah, you got to have the slice of life. when
Yeah.
you're hanging out in high school.
yeah. And don't forget the loudest cicadas, bro. You know,
Oh my
cicadas.
god!
Cicadas.
During
Yeah,
summer,
bro.
You got to put that in the
You
manga.
have to, bro.
Actually, just based on Evangelion, we're probably going to do it. That vibe.
the loud cicadas, yeah.
But I don't know if you've ever been to Japan, but that's a real thing.
Oh, bro, I hear it down the street right here.
You hear them everywhere.
If anything, I feel in common with them. It's like, you got that too?
I mean, back in our countries, it wasn't cicadas, they're grillos.
Yeah, guys. Well, where can we find you guys this weekend? One more time.
Oh, we're gonna be in Anime Houston. It's gonna be at the Hyatt downtown, and then we are also going to be going out of state for in November. We're gonna be in Anime Expo Chibi, and we're also going to be in
Anime NYC. If
Anime
you're in New
NYC.
York.
So if you're in New York, listening over there, but here in San Antonio, in October, we're gonna be in San Antonio. I mean, we're in Houston, but we're gonna be in San Antonio for Big Texas. And then we're gonna be in Kansas City for Planet Anime. So we're just going all over the place.
Yeah, yeah, you guys
Cool.
are,
We can
you guys
find
are
you.
always at cons.
Yeah.
So that's the
No,
the
that's
goal.
good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you gotta get Iridescent to the world.
Yeah, we
That's
need to show
exactly right.
everybody.
And where can we find
one day
Iridescent?
you'll have a live action of it.
Exactly
Exactly,
that's the
like
goal.
One Piece.
And you can find Iridescent in our website called iridescentmanga.com.
And you can find us on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram
Yes.
at Iridescent Manga.
Yeah.
Same as TikTok.
Well, for TikTok, it's gonna be our company name, Blaze Manga.
That's true.
But you'll see a bunch of content regarding Iridescent. Even
Iridescent.
if you
So
want to follow,
you got the specific page for Iridescent, and then your Blaze Manga's your artist page, right?
yeah, so
Yeah,
you can find either or on Instagram, and you'll that's how you connect with us.
Yeah.
Same as TikTok and X, I guess, Twitter.
That's right.
Everything we post on Instagram is collab with both companies. So we do Blaze Manga with Iridescent. So you'll be able to find
both of them.
Both of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, what are the ads again at Instagram? One more
So
time.
for Instagram, it's Iridescent Manga, and for Blaze Manga, is Blaze Manga Productions.
In TikTok, it's
TikTok is Blaze Manga.
Blaze
Yeah,
Manga.
just Blaze Manga.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So make sure you-
Twitter or anything like that. YouTube.
YouTube is Blaze Manga TV, but we do more like reactions on that.
Yeah, we
channel.
didn't get to
There you
talk
go.
about the reaction
Yeah.
part of it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
The Attack on Titan talk that we wanted to talk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just for fun. Like we just do reactions for fun. It doesn't.
Y'all
even-
have to come back for that
Yeah,
finale.
we
Yeah.
do episode
Yeah.
2. We,
Yeah, absolutely.
let's do it.
Absolutely,
Let's do
yeah.
the post Attack on Titan reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, the grand finale, bro. It's okay if I cry, bro. You know?
We'll talk about yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Suki, what do you think about the manga?
Oh, I guess we ran out of
We
time.
ran out of time. Sorry,
man.
Suki.
We can
Well,
never
guys-
hear Suki's thoughts.
Guys, this is your boy Chapo. Make sure you always follow us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music,
Apple
Stitcher,
Podcasts.
all that jazz.
iHeartRadio.
All that jazz.
And this is your boy Tico and the Man.
In the mother mix.
As always, check out our website, WBMpodcast.com. You can find all of our old episodes, our new episodes, and links to all of our social media. And sending your topics to theboys@WBMpodcast.com. We're always looking for new topics. And one more time for our guests.
So you can find this is Pedro Blaze with Blaze Manga, and you can find us on Instagram and the social media, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook.
At Blaze Manga and at Iridescent Manga.
Yeah.
So that was Pedro and Simon Blaze, the Blaze Brothers, as you know them in the circuit.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. This was really fun.
Yeah,
Get ready for part 2, guys. Volume 2 of them here.